All right, so here we are, declarative language. We're going to start with Racket. Let's get the install. Here we are in Debian. We'll do Debian and Windows back to back, bang it out. Pretty easy, pretty painless, but some things you want to take note of. We will do the install and we will do the uninstall process as well. All right, so here we are in Firefox on the Debian system. We just want to look up Racket language. See what we have on Google. Okay, racketlang.org. That is what we're looking for. We'll go ahead and click that. And here's the main page. We do want to download Racket. When we download Racket, we are going to get the DrRacket IDE. We're going to get some modules, libraries, and packages. It's basically the core compiler, the DrRacket programming environment, and raco, which is a command line tool section that we will all take a look into. Okay, so now that we're here, we can open up this. We want to right click. Unfortunately, this is the easiest way to, there is a command. If you do, I think find, with the find command, you can run as an executable, but it's a mess and it's too long, and this is easier. So just right click, properties, go to permissions, and then allow executing file as a program. Then we can open in terminal. We are in the downloads page. LL, check that like last time, and we see that we have read write as the top dog. So what we're gonna want to do is just go ahead and rack it here. And so we're not gonna have permissions to write. This is not gonna have permissions to write unless we're the lowest level. So we do not want to do a distributed installation. That way everything is in one directory, kept in a single installation directory. The default is no, so we can just hit enter. And where do we want to install it? We want to install it as low as possible, so except higher than the downloads folder. So we're going to install it in the home student/racket section. So that's option 3. We'll do 3, hit enter. Okay, and then we can do system links within the bin and man and share it. We're going to skip that because we're just going to add the only thing we want to add is raco to path, and we'll just do that in the bashrc. All right, cool. And now we should be able to cd into this location here, which was just here. Boom. ls, ll, so it doesn't really matter. And there we are. So that's the good stuff. What we want to do is check the bin. The bin is usually where all your stuff is. See that, and DrRacket is what we want to run, and that's going to open up the Racket IDE or programming environment, which looks like this. So that's DrRacket. You get this REPL down here, and you get this text section up here. Okay, so in DrRacket, one useful thing you can do right off the bat is just confirm the systems. So this command, file system path, is actually pretty cash money. So we'll do pref dir, and this is where your preferences are stored. So in the student section in the config, you do want to remember that. So it's not really self-contained, and that is a little misnomer that they provided, which you want to be sure of that. The config should, they're gonna mess with you there. Temp dir also, it's in the var. Okay, so you can see this is slightly distributed. If you're not careful and you delete things, you may find yourself in quite the bind. Find system path, they're gonna get you on that. Init file right here. Look at that. Again, in the config, that's the initialization file. When you first open Racket, this is the first file that is run. And then you get cache, dir. Look, none of these, not a single one of these, they're all in the cache file. The config file, the var file, it's not self-contained. And then the exec file, again, look at this. This actually is, okay, so that's fine. But it's still, they're lying to you. But the find system path command, very useful. The file system section in the docs.racket lang has a ton of useful ways to search your file system. All right, so now what we want to do is add Racket and raco to the bashrc file so that we can just type in Racket and run the REPLs that are provided for us. We're going to start with nano, and we are going to scroll to the bottom. Free to use whatever text editor you want. And here we are. I added this already, but it's the wrong path. So you want to fix this to the path that has your Racket folder, which in my case is just the home directory. But if you want to do the full, it's going to be home/student/racket/bin. And if you don't know where it is, just go to where your Racket folder is. And I should be using nano as the file explorer, because you can just click the thing there and it will give you the, it's a lot better, but there. So home/student and it's Racket. So that home/student and it's Racket, and that's the bin. And we should Control X, hit Y, hit enter, and we should, I didn't source it though, so we want to source the bashrc file or just open a new terminal. There we go. Racket is ready to rock. And we can Control D, and raco is also ready to rock if you have files that you want to compile and get going. All right, so now it's time to uninstall this bad boy. So here we are. First thing, we want to go back to the bashrc and just delete that because we're done with that. Now this should be a script, and that is embarrassing that this isn't put together, but you can do all of this automatically, and you should. Oh, you can also automatically search for the file and delete all files that fit a certain criteria. But that's okay. So that's gone. And then we want to cd here, and we want to delete the Racket file. So, okay, that's gone. And there's no such file directory. There's no such file directory, but we didn't source. So once we source here and run the same, you'll see the same thing because the configuration files. There we go. Okay, and here we are. And there's only, fortunately, I don't have too many files here, so we can remove this Racket here. It's gone, and then we can go. It actually wasn't in the cache file. I thought there might be something in there, but it looks like everything gets automatically deleted once you delete the config and the thing inside the main folder. And to confirm that, we open up a new terminal and hit raco. It's not found, and Racket. It's also not found. So that is the uninstall. And if you use FlatHub or SnapStore, those have their own commands. FlatHub is a little bit of a pain to delete packages, so I would avoid that at all costs. It might be more updated, but I really just would avoid FlatHub. Snap is not too bad, but there's really no reason to not just use the file that they give you up here. All right, so here we are on Windows. The install is just too easy. Go ahead and open your browser. Racket Lang, whoa, spelled that wrong. Racket Lang, go to the page, just like on Linux, and we're going to download this executable. We're going to open the file, we're going to let it make changes, we're going to hit next. Nope, we accidentally clicked it twice, so we can ignore that. We're going to hit next. It's going to save it in the program files. We're going to hit next, and we're not going to create any shortcuts. We're not going to change anything, just leave it as the default. We're going to let it install, and we're going to finish, and there you go. You do want to probably add it to the command prompt, so open your terminal, type in raco, it's not recognized, type in Racket, it's not recognized. No worries, we remember where it was, so we're going to edit the system variables. You can just type path, and it'll take you to the edit the system environment variables section there. Environment variables, go to path, new, and it was in C:/ program files / Racket. Okay, and you should just confirm that in the program files, the Racket, that's the path, but make sure that what you want is in there, and raco is here and Racket is there. So those are the two applications you want to be able to find. I didn't actually save the thing there. Okay. Okay. And there we go. It has successfully, there's Control D, CLS, and raco, similarly, good to go, CLS. And that is the install. Now to uninstall, just repeat that process. Go to the environment variables, open that up, remove this path, hit OK, and then go to the folder where you installed it, and there is an uninstall executable that you can run. And that is done. You can go ahead and confirm that. Well, actually, this really won't confirm anything, but Racket's not found and raco's not found. That's just because we removed the path, but there is no Racket except for the executable to install. which you can delete if you want to. And we'll delete that. And now it is gone. There is no Racket. So that is the install for Racket. It's a little bit longer video because there's a lot going on there, but we should probably do an example in the future. Peace.